Hi guys, Mauro here. One of the most common things that I come across, obviously being a tennis coach, is people trying to change their game. People trying to go through changes. People trying to do something different. And one of the most common problems that I always hear them talking about is the fact that they feel like they're not really improving as much as they will want to. How to do it? What should I pay attention? This is what are the points that I really want to pay attention to? I want to make sure that I'm doing right. How should I start doing it? Should I change it if I'm not moving fast enough? Should I what do I do if things don't go well? If I do well one week and if I don't do well the other one? Those are the kind of questions that I wanted to answer. Of what is a project that I use, what is a plan of work that I use with the people that I train, what is a plan of work that I use with myself in order to train to change and get better throughout the years, and just going through that 5 points that I wanted to talk about. And the first one is that start small. It's a lot of people want to move fast. A lot of people want to take long strides. A lot of people say, okay, let's say that you want to get a new habit of going to the gym at least 4 times a week because you just want to look better and you want to lose some weight. So you go one day, the first week you go 4 days or 3 days and you feel good, and then the next week the second and the third week you only go probably once or twice those every day. Once or twice every week. So one week first week you go 4 times, and the second week you go 2 times, and the next week you go 2 times as well. And that's when a lot of people quit because they say, I'm not going to be able to do it. Well, it's not good. Of course, it's not the perfect situation when you don't get to go 4 times. But at the same time, you gotta learn to look at the point, okay, from not doing anything, from the weeks and the months and the years before when I didn't do nothing, it's better if you go, even if it's just 2 times a week. Doesn't mean the fact that you go into the gym and you want to create a habit of doing that doesn't mean that it's just going to happen every time. And by the time you've been going in 3 months, a lot of people say, oh, in 90 days you create a habit. That's not true. It's much longer than that. I would say the minimum you have to go is 6 months. And still, you do it for 6 months and you're going to find a lot of weeks, a lot of days when you're like, oh, I just don't feel like going. I'm just so tired. You enjoy it, you like it, yes, your mind changes and everything, but you got to be constantly pounding your head and saying, you know what, I really want it, I really like it, creating those emotions, those visualizations of how you want to look at yourself, how you want to feel. But that doesn't mean that it's every single day is going to be like magic and you're going to feel like going. So going 2 days compared to 0 is still good. Doesn't mean that you got to stop. You just got to keep on going. Push yourself to try to go the 4 days a week, and you're gonna find out that the more you go, the worse you're gonna feel when you have weeks that you skip days. You start feeling really bad, and that's what starts pushing you to work out the 4 times a week that you were planning. Okay, the second tip is better 2 out of 7 than 0 out of 7. Well, that's what I just talked about. You start small, and you start little by little. And of course, it's better 2 out of the 7 days than 0 out of the 7. And we just go back to what we were just talking. It's the idea is that what you're gonna notice that you start feeling a little, you start feeling bad with yourself, and that's really what makes you go back to the gym more consistently. Okay, point number 3. What do I gain? Not what do I miss out? Okay, when we're trying to push yourself to or ourselves to do something, and I'm thinking, okay, if I don't do this, I'm gonna miss on this and this and this and this. I'm not gonna be able to do this, or I'm not gonna be able to look like that, or I'm not able to achieve this. It's not. You don't want to really focus on the things that you're gonna miss. You got to focus more on the things that you're gonna gain, what things that you're gonna earn. you know what, I'm gonna feel better. I'm gonna feel better with myself. If I feel better with myself, I can change in so many different ways. You can start becoming more responsible. You can start working harder. You can feel more attractive. You can be more open, more approachable. You start making more friends. You start working with more people. You start opening new doors and new opportunities for a new job, or for your projects, or for investments. I mean, it's on and on and on and on and on. You gotta, if you look at the things that you can gain, you can come up with a very long list of things that are gonna be good for you, of things that can change your life. You don't want to go to, oh, this is all the misery that is gonna come to me if I don't do this. You gotta focus more on what's the pros instead of the cons. Don't focus so much on the cons. That is not, it's good to know what's not gonna happen, but you're gonna feel more motivation, and you're gonna find a much longer list of the things, how many things can change in your life if you move towards the pros. Okay. Next tip: don't compare. Don't compare, because you're always gonna find something. It doesn't matter how good you are, you're always gonna find something that you are not gonna be happy with compared to other people. And sometimes you become really good at something, and you can even get to be the best at something, but you can say, you know what, but I'm still not happy. I wish I was better than this guy that did it 10 years ago. Or I wish I'm better than the guy that is coming next year or 10 years from now. When you're comparing, there is an endless amount of things that you will find that will make you feel miserable. It's always gonna be, you're gonna jump from the present to things from the past and things in the future. You're never gonna be happy with it. And when you're comparing, it's much of an ego thing. An ego thing is more of an insecurity thing. You're going from the different, from the wrong, from the perspective that you don't want to go towards it. You want to feel more like, okay, instead of comparing myself, I'm going to look at my competition, and I'm going to say, okay, what does this guy have that I don't have? And what does this guy have that I don't have? And what does this guy have that I don't have? And look at this guy. This guy has this thing, and I really know I need to improve on that. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna check it out. How does he do it? So when you're comparing yourself to other people and you're feeling miserable, that's just insecurity. That's just the ego thing trying to make you feel, trying to belittle you and trying to make you feel miserable. That is just insecurity. Instead of that, what you can do is say, okay, I know there are things where I need to improve. We go back to the gym thing. If you say, you know what, you probably don't feel happy because you're feeling like you've been working out according to your standards. You've been working out pretty hard on your back and your shoulders, and they don't look as big as you think they should, or you just don't see any development. And you see other people that go to the gym consistently, just like you are, and they seem to look better, and then you can pay attention to what those people are what machines are they using, how is their routine, how many repetitions, I mean, you have to learn to leave the ego aside, and you gotta have a radar that says, this is my improvement radar. This is what I can focus on this person, and that's gonna help me. And this is what I can focus on this person, and that's gonna help me. So you stop looking at that from a perspective of competition. You're looking at it from a perspective of, in a certain way, this guy is helping me get better. He's pretty much, without knowing, probably, if you don't ask him, you can go ahead and ask him or not. I personally, I never done it, but I wouldn't see it wrong going to a guy and say, hey, you know what, I see that you work out your legs really cool, and you lift a lot of weight on that. How much you've been doing it? How was your routine and everything? And I think that's good. If you're the kind of person that is going to have problems with that because your ego, because your pride, because your manhood or stuff like that, then you can tell just by those things that they're coming up in your head. you're approaching it from the wrong perspective. You gotta learn to put those things aside. You gotta learn to get rid of that stuff, because that's stopping you from becoming better. That's stopping you from improving yourself. And the last one is checks and balances. In whatever you're doing, whether you're improving physically, like in a sport, or whether you're improving in a school or work in something that requires probably more skills, like you're being an engineer or a painter or something like that, you have to have the balance between the skills and the mindset. You can be really good at what you do, but if you don't have the mindset to think, if you don't have the mental toughness, if you don't have the self-belief and the self-worth to think, I can be, I belong in the top of this profession, or I can be from the best engineers in the nation, or I want to be a world-class engineer. Oh my God, I don't know if I can get there. See, that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter how good you are already with your skills, whether you're an athlete or a painter, as I say, or an engineer, or anything else. You're gonna get as far, but if your mindset doesn't reach higher, that's where you're gonna get. You already have the talent. You already have the skills, but it's up here between your ears that you require more to aim higher, to raise the bar on yourself. You just don't want to be probably a state ranked person in whatever it is that you do. You want to be national, and then you want to become a world class at that. So that's of course, you gotta improve. You gotta keep improving your skills. But that's when your mindset, when you have in your head, is gonna help you. So you got to develop your skills along with your mindset. Most people, I would say probably 98, 99% only go with skills. They really don't pay attention to the mindset. So they never really get to develop, to become that person that they want to be. And they say, well, I work so hard. Yeah, but you never believed in yourself. You never had that kind of self-worth that you needed for that. So, okay, guys, well, those are 5 tips, the things how you want to approach the changing, developing into whatever you want to be. I hope it helps. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel. Check my Instagram. I'm going to put the link right here. Check my Instagram. I really, really recommend that. That's a lot of the stuff that I do. And, well, I'll see you next time. Thank you.